Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're all having a good and productive Salat discussion. I'm not sure exactly where you are in your program right now, but I'd like to thank Farooq for inviting me to make this video. I'm a little late with it. I hope not too late. So I'm not sure when and if you are listening to this, but if you are, I wish I could be there with you and hope this short video makes a positive contribution to your process. Salah is the process of making productive use of the Quran process in a specific context for the purpose of maintaining the purity of the message. Successful Salah results in the process of zakat. There are various purposes set out for Salah in Quran. Among them are seeking assistance and capability, restraining from evil and shameful deeds, for the dhikr of God, receiving instruction in socio-economic issues, and for purification. These purposes are set out once or twice each in the Quran. By far, the most common purpose set out for Salah in Quran is maintaining the purity of the message. It appears in at least 20 different passages which are listed here. I will focus on one as an example. Chapter 2 verses 40 to 46 is an example of this. This passage is addressed to Bani Israel, in which they are told not to hide the signs, nor trade them for a small gain, nor mix truth with falsehood, nor knowingly conceal the truth, but instead that they should uphold the Salah. The adulteration of the message sent by God is combated by upholding the Salah. Now, Quran is an essential part of the Salah process, and we need to understand what it is that Quran actually is. Quran, by virtue of its root qara'a, describes that which is derived from a process of conception, stage-by-stage development and delivery of a complete productive entity. All this happens within a protected environment. There are three basic components of Salah which can be applied to whatever context a particular Salah takes place in. The Qiyam is the undertaking to establish the process. Ruku, the humbling of ourselves by giving consideration to the Quranic position. And Sujood, the submissive acknowledgement of the Quranic position regardless of our personal prejudices. Once this acknowledgement takes place, the end of the Salah is indicated as per 4:102. Salah is always contextualized. I will focus on chapter 2 verses 220 to 242, where termination of social contracts appears in verses 220 to 237, followed by Salah in verses 238 and 239. Verses 240 and 241 return to social contracts. We can see the bracketing of Salah here to show us how it takes place in a particular context. There are many examples of this in Quran. No discussion on Salah is complete without zakah. Zakah is that which causes growth and development. Perhaps the best way to demonstrate this is by using the practical example that we've just been through. In the previous example, we can see how ensuring good relations between parties assists in the growth and development of those involved, resulting in positive contributions to society and growth and development of the society at large. So zakah can be seen as that which follows Salah. Using the Quran productively in the Salah process lays the groundwork for growth and development. Once a decision is made in the Salah process which is in line with the Quran, the process of zakah can begin. The implementation of those decisions result in bringing forth growth and development. We need to carefully consider what is involved in participating in Salah. 1736 tells us not to pursue that of which we have no knowledge, while 443 tells us not to approach Salah until we understand what we say. This limits participation to those who are knowledgeable in the relevant fields, and different Salah can then take place at the same time because not all skills are required for all Salah. The other aspect regarding Salah is the linguistic root. A root describes a process rather than a simple action. It is made up of individual letters which seem to have particular functions in the root processes themselves. It must be remembered that a noun is only given meaning by a verb. Without the connecting verb, a noun becomes meaningless. I have revisited the root of Salah recently. Listed here are some of the issues that have come up regarding the root. The instances listed here seem to be derived from the Sawt Lam Ya root and not Sawt Lam Waw. In these verses, it seems to be derived from the Sawt Lam root rather than the Sawt Lam Waw root. In the 3 verses listed here, Salah ends in a regular ta instead of the ta marbuta for no apparent reason. While in these instances, the waw seems to have simply disappeared. This table shows all the roots used in Quran that start with Sawt Lam. The common thread seems to be a removal of impurity, corruption, softness, and flexibility. I have decided to investigate further by choosing a letter, finding the common meaning for all Quran roots containing that letter, and building it from there. My starting point, which I am already in process with, is the letter Lam when it appears in the middle of the root. This table shows part of the current study's preliminary results. Alif Lam seems to indicate removal of some kind of freedom or right to self-determination. Ba Lam seems to indicate removal of mobility in one way or another. Ta Lam seems to indicate some kind of removal of independence, while Tha Lam seems to indicate the removal of that which keeps something contained. It is for all these reasons, among others, that I describe Salah as the process of making productive use of the Quran process in a specific context for the purpose of maintaining the purity of the message.